Hello, my beautiful, beautiful friends, and welcome back to Teacup Tarot. And I'm super excited today because we have a new background, and I hope you really like it because I do, especially with this green wine. I love that little bit of greenery in my readings. But again, one of the major reasons I wanted to change the background is I have two channels, okay? One is this one, which is in English, and the second one is in Hindi for people from India. And what used to happen is a few of my English audiences would land up in those videos and would be really confused, and they'd be like, oh my god, can you just continue filming in English? And then I'd have to tell them that that is a different channel entirely, and you could just find me on this one. So I just wanted to avoid that confusion because the background used to be same for both. Now I have decided that this background is going to be continuing here with us, and the other one, the old one, will be for my Hindi videos. So I thought the best way to start with this new fresh background was with messages from our angels and our spirit guides, because I just think that's a beautiful beginning for this new background. And I also have a fresh set of feathers. They are bigger ones. I hope you like them. Let me know in the comment section down below. And now, coming to the reading, we have, as usual, 3 piles in front of you. You can pick according to the angel images or according to the feathers. And once you've done that, we shall start off with the very first pile, which is pile 1. Hello my beautiful friends, and if you have chosen the very first pile, these are your messages from your angels and your spirit guides. So the very first one happens to be crystal clear intentions. So as you move ahead, it is going to be very, very important for you to be very clear in your mind as to what you want to attract in your life. You should be just focused on the things that you want, and your focus should also be very crystal clear, in the sense that the faith that things you wish for will manifest have to be 100% clear. There has to be no doubt in your mind that whatever it is that you're asking from your angels, your spirit guides, or whatever it is that you're manifesting is going to be showing up in your life, because 100% whatever it is that you decide now will show up, and you only want things to show up that you want, isn't it? So that is your very first message. The next message for you is life is speeding up, and when your life speeds up, of course you're going to be very busy, and as a result, probably there is a possibility that it happens that when you're very busy and you're doing multiple things at a time, you kind of get lost. So when you are lost, when you're doing multiple things, it is very, very important that you not lose focus of things that are extremely important. So for you, as your life speeds up in a way, it is important that you have a list of priorities, a list of things that come in at the top tier. For example, something like your finances, your health, your self-care. Now these are the things you should not be compromising on, no matter what. So especially when your life is speeding up, don't sort of ignore these things, okay? So don't sort of rush into your life, your career, or whatever is happening, that you ignore your well-being and you ignore your inner state. So that is a message from your angels. Also for you, the next message here is gratitude. For you to attract the life that you want, especially as you move ahead, it is very important that you stay in a place of gratitude. Once you are in that place of gratitude, you automatically sort of invite more blessings in your life, and that is something I personally believe to be 100% true, because what I've realized honestly from experience, that when there are times in my life that I'm cribbing, or I'm like in that just one of my moods, I just sort of slow things down for myself, and that is not what you want to happen, because your life for a particular reason has now caught up the momentum, and you want to stay that way. You don't want your life to now enter that zone of stagnation. So then for you, it is important to remind you to be very, very crystal clear once again and to be grateful about the things that you already have in your life. Okay, the more grateful you are, the more abundant you're going to be becoming. So that is your message for you. And what's interesting is the next message that you have is, I see all of your thoughts. Okay, now this is honestly a little bit creepy, but also very, very cool. I think you have Archangel Michael here, who is always very, very much on point. Now, what he's trying to tell you, that sometimes he sees you doubting things. Sometimes you wonder if your blessings are going to be showing up. And that is not what you want to focus on. Honestly, at all times, keep your vibration in check, keep your feelings in check. So make sure, at any given point of time during the day, stop and ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? Am I feeling great? If you're not feeling great, or if you're not feeling happy, if you're not feeling content, it is a good time to sort of, then divert your attention towards something else, towards possibly something that makes you happy. If there is a friend, talking to whom makes you happy, just give him a call, just give her a call and just talk. So that will again put you in that right frame of mind. Like, think of a baby, watch baby videos, like especially those funny baby videos that you have, like babies acting like drunk adults. Those are the kind of videos you should watch. So automatically your alignment will change. I honestly can tell you, no matter what kind of a bad mood you are in, these little things will sort of put you back right on track. Okay, I'm not telling you to not feel your negative emotions, but make sure you don't stay in that zone. You have to be a little bit mindful, because obviously there is something that Archangel Michaels want you to remember, and that is that he's seeing your thoughts, and probably he's seeing that sometimes you tend to go a little bit haywire, and you should start walking back on track towards your beautiful life, back on track towards the life you want to manifest. All right, the next thing is seek clarity. Okay, so I think for a couple of you do need that sense of clarity. So it is very important, especially during this time, especially because I see your life speeding up, that you don't really get so busy in that hustle and bustle of life that you get all muddled in your thinking. It is important to go within. It is important to sit with yourself at the end of the day, 5 minutes sometime during the day, and get that clarity. Like, this is a practice that you should probably incorporate in your life, that 5 minutes throughout the day, anytime during the day, you dedicate it to yourself. You dedicate it to your vision board. You dedicate it to the vision of your life. Visualize. See how you're feeling. And just sort of alter your alignment in a way that will sort of put you back on track. Because that clarity here is especially important, because you also have crystal clear intentions. Now the message here seems to be very consistent, and that is focus on your thoughts, because something I sense is not in alignment. All right, just make sure you're mindful of it. Coming to the next one, you have the void. So again, this is asking you to stop and embrace winter, like great cosmic womb. That is what we have here. So there are times in your life, especially if your life is speeding up, especially if your life gets that little bit busy, it is important to give yourself that little void, that little womb of self-care, that little bit of womb of love and kindness, that little bit of angel therapy is what I like to call this. Okay, so you have to disconnect at least for 5 times during the day, to just sit with yourself and observe your life. Observe what patterns are happening in your life. Because I just want to tell you is, don't get lost. Because in the coming weeks, in the coming months, since the angels are telling you, your spirit guides are telling you that your life is going to speed up, don't get lost. Make sure you come back to yourself and connect with yourself, is the message here. Okay, come back to your thoughts is the message here. And at all times, be grateful. Okay. The next message for you here is, are you experiencing repetitive thoughts or incessant mind chatter which happens especially when your life is a little bit chaotic? Do you grab onto a thought memory of life experience and chew it over and over again? It is time to let go and release situations from your past, whether it was 5 minutes ago or 5 years ago, and find inner happiness and peace. Okay, so especially when your life gets chaotic, or I just feel like, there are certain situations in your life that keep coming back to you, and that is where your thoughts are going. So then I think the message of Michael is, you need to be in check of your thoughts. What is it that you're giving most attention to? Are you giving most attention to your dreams, to your future plans, to your ambitions, to your family, or you're giving all your attention to something that has happened in 1962, 5 years back, 5 minutes ago? So try and not dwell on things, because what happens is, especially when it comes to dwelling, what we tend to most cling on to most, or what it is that we dwell on the most, are usually negative thoughts or these thought patterns, which obviously seems to be the message here. Then it is extremely important for you to sort of disconnect from it, consciously disconnect from it, and again move into the present, because the present moment is all we have. And the difference that we can make is only in the present moment. We cannot change the past. The past is gone, and especially because you have Archangel Michael, I think I need to give you the message of cord cutting. Invite Archangel Michael with his beautiful sword here to cut those energy cords, to cut the cords of past memories that haunt you, to cut the cords of experiences that bind you, to that limiting beliefs that you're stuck with. So these are the things that you really need to work on. And once you have dealt with those memories, make sure you firmly put them in your past. Okay, because they do not belong in your present, they definitely don't belong in your past. So that is the kind of clarity that you need. That is what you need to focus on. So he sees your thoughts, he sees that you sometimes get lost in this zone, and it is important to not be in that zone. And whenever you're feeling like that, be grateful for the lessons, is what I get here. Okay, you need to be grateful for the lessons, but you also need to be grateful of wherever you're in your life, because where you are in your life, from there you will build a beautiful life for your future. Okay, so I think that is the message. I think it just all came together with this one card, and I love when this happens, especially when this happens in an angel and spirit guide reading. And trust me, this is usually the readings that this happens in. Now I'm gonna stop here, and I shall see you in my next video. I hope you've enjoyed this reading, and tell me if this resonated. I love to hear from you guys in the comment section, and I especially love when you share your own experiences. I can't wait for you to share them with me. I shall see you in the next video. Bye bye. Hello my beautiful pile 2, and welcome to your messages from your angels and your spirit guides. Now I am so happy. Look at your message. Your message basically says a victory. So whatever it is that you've been asking for, whatever it is that you've prayed for, your prayers have been heard. And your prayers are going to be answered very, very soon. You just need to have a little bit more faith. Possibly the timing for this to be delivered might not be immediate, but remember something, they are heard and are going to be answered. Okay, so don't for a minute feel whatever it is that you're asking for has sort of gone unnoticed by the kingdom of angels, spirit guides, and God, universe. Okay, we'll take the next one. So the next one that we have here is take time out. Okay, now this really makes sense because like I mentioned here, of course they are heard and are being answered, but you need to have faith. So obviously there is this little bit of, in between time, and I think what you need before this big deal is going to be happening is taking some time out. So this for me is little bit of rest. And what I get here is, I just get a very shamanic vibe here. So this for me is all about, that inner medicine. So possibly there is something that needs healing. There is something that needs attention. There is some aspect of you that needs a little bit more attention before you can move into the zone, especially because you have this, little bit of paw print right where the heart is. So that is what I sense. There's this little bit of gap, and you're asked to sort of take that rest, take that break, and focus on yourself. All right. We'll take the next one. Okay. Now the next card that we have is Sacred Journey. Like I said, I get a very shamanic vibe from this. So this speaks to me about that inner journey. That beautiful inner journey of self-understanding. That beautiful inner journey of self-healing. And what I get here is a very, very strong root chakra vibe. Alright, so possibly for a couple of you, you need to do some work when it comes to your roots, when it comes to your foundations, when it comes to your very, very core beliefs. Alright, so that needs to be taken care of. Once your foundation is set, once your root is set, once certain beliefs are set, then is the time that I think your prayers are going to be answered. But it is important for you. Maybe the nature of your inner journey might be different because you are all different, but you need to take that inner journey is the message here before this big thing manifests. Because you have to be ready to receive a blessing. What happens is sometimes if you get your blessing before time or before you're ready, it could land in your hands and fall right through. And that is not something we want to happen. Okay, so just reflect slightly. I'm sure you're going to get the answers within you. We'll take the next one. Do not be afraid. Yes, this speaks to me again of root chakra. Are you afraid of all your dreams coming true? Or are you afraid of something? Like possibly, you are dreaming about all of these things, but sometimes for a couple of people, actually having these things in their life scares them. And that used to happen to me. So I totally understand where they're coming from. But the message for you here is do not be afraid. There is absolutely nothing to be afraid when it comes to your dreams, when it comes to the life that you want. I again get that heart thing. I get a very strong relationship thing here. Have you been hurt in the past and are afraid again to sort of walk this new path? That might be a case, so don't be afraid, Don't be afraid. Or even in your life, even generally in your life, have you been let down by people? And you're afraid of connections, you're afraid of putting yourself out there once again. Don't be afraid. Life is made up of these experiences. We sort of, sometimes go through negative experiences before the positive ones, is to sort of expose ourselves to what the other side can be. And once you're on this side, you will sort of be more conscious of your blessings, is what I'm getting here. Okay. I'll take the next one. So the next one here is water your garden. Inner work. Again, inner work. So again, this talks about not only, inner work in terms of your mind, in terms of your emotions, but this also speaks to me about physical body. This talks about bodily care. You also have to be physically prepared to receive those blessings. So I really think you need to pay attention to your health here. Find that nourishment. Eat the right kind of food is what I'm getting here. Give your body that sunlight. Give your body that water, air, and all of these beautiful earthly elements. Our body is made up of nothing but elements, the 5 elements. And it is important for you to receive these highest blessings that your body is in alignment, because your body is the biggest temple there is. For you to receive that light, that temple has to be ready for the deity to come and settle in within you. Alright, so make sure you're paying attention to your inner being, to your physical well being. Okay, that is very important. The next card for you here is, have you wanted to do something creative? Are you feeling artistic? Let your inspiration flow and generate your insight into manifesting reality. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a nice meal, a pretty garden, or an amazing photograph, or a sewing project. Again, these things, all of these things really speak to me about your root chakra. Regardless, now is the time to produce it. It will bring you fulfillment and purpose. So this is like really physically doing things, A nice meal, once again, speaks about your body. But it is important now to really take care of yourself. To really do things that speak to you, that spark that joy within you. You also need to learn to be genuinely happy and not be sort of so disturbed by external circumstances or people, is what I get here. It is important to be happy within, to sort of find that fulfillment within. Because once you find that fulfillment within, doing simple everyday things, you will sort of find that bigger fulfillment in life, is what I have here. So do something creative, do something that brings you joy. And the last card is new beginnings. So yes, 100% your blessings are going to be showing up soon. But before that, these little things, working on your inner body, working on your spirit, not being afraid, doing that root chakra work is going to be very important. So sit and ground yourself. If you can, work in a garden, work with your hands. Really, work with soil. It's the best way to feel great. Because soil, Mother Earth, has the potential to absorb a lot of your energies and give you back those positive energies. Those, things that will make you feel great in your body. Because what you need to do is heal your physical body. And Mother Earth in all the forms, sunlight, air, water, fire, is the best. Light a candle. Give yourself that spa treatment. Just light a candle and just sit next to it. But you need all of those inner elements in balance before that outer manifestation shows up for you. So of course you are very close to the new beginnings. Just fine tune these little things. But blessings are going to be yours very, very soon, because your prayers are clearly heard and are being answered in ways that you cannot even imagine. So that is my message to you, my beautiful friends, and I shall see you in my next video. Till then, bye-bye. Hello, my beautiful pile 3. Let us see what your messages today are from your angels and your spirit guides. Now, this is so interesting and so amazing at the same time. Now you have Archangel Samuel, and he says he's helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. I love this. Okay, so basically, if you are single or even if you are in a relationship, he is now helping you with it. If you're in the relationship, he is helping you deepen your connections and possibly even teaching you how to connect with your spouse or your partner in a better manner. So expect your relationships to get better. And if you're single, he's helping you manifest that beautiful, beautiful life partner. But again, when it comes to soul relationships, I don't really interpret it always as only romantic. This could also be like he's now trying to get to you, your soul tribe. People who really understand you. People you have a sense of belonging with. So that is what is coming for me here when it comes to your angel message. Let us see what the next one is. Be at home. Alright, now this is very, very in sync, I feel, with this message, is because what he's trying to tell you is you first need to be at home with yourself. You need to first accept yourself, whatever it is that you are. Your goods, your bads, your uglies, whatever it is. There has to be a deep inner acceptance of everything you are. Because, unless you accept your own self, you cannot expect anybody else to accept you the way you are. Because sometimes what happens in relationships, we like the other person so much that we sort of lose ourselves. We try and please them so much that we forget who we really are. And a soulmate relationship, or that ideal relationship, always has to be between people who are themselves with each other and who are comfortable being themselves with each other, where it is easy being yourself with the other person. That, I feel, is the ultimate soulmate relationship. Okay, it feels good, it feels like home, and it feels like yourself. That is what an ideal relationship for me is. The next one is believe. Believe that you deserve everything good in your life. Believe that you deserve the best things that life has to offer. And believe that the universe, the world out there, God, your angels, your spirit guides have the capacity to bring it to you. Don't really rely on things that you see immediately, your current reality. Because you should only always focus on things that you want in your life. Because possibly for some of you, what you see right now, it might be something that you really don't want. And which is why, if you focus on things that you don't really want, you'll get more of it. So focus on things that you want and believe deeply to the very core of your being that you deserve it and you are going to get it. The next one is leadership. So there is a need for you guys to take that control in your life, to really be that lion. Now, I have never seen a lion out there who sort of doubts his capacity. Leos, even Leos for that matter. Have you met Leos? They love themselves. Their light really shines bright. We are in the Leo season, so hello. And I love that about them. And a lot of other sun signs, of course, but I really see Leo as personifying that, accepting their glory, or just this lion who just is in all of his glory. So you need to be like that, in all of your glory, and be at home with yourself in that glory. So when you operate from this mindset, from this, inner belief, you will obviously attract people and situations that will treat you like that, because life always mirrors you. Life always mirrors your expectations and the way you see yourself. Okay? And treat yourself the way you want other people to treat you. That is very, very important. So be this leader. Take charge of your life. The next one here is, as a soul, I can be in several places at once. I just sense that this happens to be a message from one of your spirit guides. But also for you guys, I just feel like one of your spirit guides is either a relative or somebody who's already lived physically. So again, the message here for me is, in the past, especially if certain situations, relationships, careers have not worked out for you, or you just feel like certain doors have shut for you, the reason for this is God has been in places and in rooms and has heard conversations you haven't. So if he's moved you away from a situation, person, or circumstance, is because he knows more than you do. And that is your message here. So whatever has happened in your past has happened for a reason. And certain things you have been taken out of, because you don't see the whole picture. God, your angels, your spirit guides do. And that, I sense, is the message here for you. Okay. The next one here is, okay, do you treat yourself well? What kind of self-talk is going on in your mind? Pay attention to how well you treat yourself. Be aware of your inner chatter and make changes towards love. Treat yourself the way you want to be treated. We were just talking about that. If it is time to awaken your consciousness and focus on loving yourself. So the very important thing here is the way you speak to yourself. Now what I want you to do is, as your homework, as your assignment, at the end of the day, just try and note down in your journal the way you were speaking to yourself. What was your self-talk like? So just write it down over the next couple of weeks. And this will sort of give you a sense of how you treat yourself over the days. And trust me, the way we treat ourselves sometimes, me too, I am not very great a person or something. I also speak to myself in weird ways sometimes. Like I would never ever speak to you guys or even to my best friend. And the reason I'm telling you about this journal thing, because I've started doing that as well. We are all doing our inner work together. So yes, let us all of us together be conscious about the way we speak to ourselves and then sort of try and change it consciously. Because obviously you don't want this ideal partner to treat you the way you treat yourself, right? So yeah, change that inner chatter and orient it more towards love. Orient it more towards adoration. Again, lion. Move it more towards that self-confident thing. And the last one here is, okay, now this speaks to me about having your energies in control. So for a lot of you here, maybe there is a possibility you guys are very susceptible to external talk as well. Not only this internal chatter, but you could also be very conscious on the way others people speak to you. This could also have roots in your childhood. The way your mother spoke to you, your brother spoke to you, anybody, the way they spoke to you. And if you have been somebody who's grown up with the message like, oh my god, look at this person, he's so much better than you. So that is something I believe a lot of you, have sort of taken that as your inner words. Somebody might have said to you, oh, you're so dumb, you can never do anything. So that has sort of become your inner self-talk, because we are constantly compared to our siblings, to the girl next door, to the people you go to school with, and as a result, a lot of us suffer from this, inner mean talk. So it is important you consciously move away from that. Now is the time to separate your inner dialogue and that of a parent, of somebody else speaking to you. Don't absorb that is not yours. So now the only voice that needs to be speaking to you is your own. And make sure that is a voice of love, that is a voice of assurance, and that is a voice of kindness. And I think we all should work towards it. So yes, that is your message, my beautiful pile 3. I shall see you in my next reading. Bye-bye.